Welcome to Perdido Key Gaming. All right, so more Magic the Gathering. We're still working on that Throne of Eldraine booster box. Got the middle part of the booster box here. 10 cards, or 10 packs. Yeah, still kind of holding there, mainly because of the collector's boosters, which are, the collector booster cards, the extended art, showcase, especially the foil versions are pretty much where the value is. But, with the regular packs, you can still find some good stuff. Great Henge, Brazen Borrower, Oko, Questing Beast, any number of cool cards like that, Fable Passage, things like that. But Seven Dwarves. You can have 7 dwarves and 7 cards aim 7 dwarves in a deck, and he gets +1/+1. So that could be totally evil, especially if you draw a lot of them at the same time. But it can, Throne of Eldraine continues on its path to being kind of a very interesting way, based on not Aesop's Fables, but Grimm's fairy tale type thing. Steelclaw lands, Frogify, very handy. Savvy Hunter, also kind of handy. Create a food token, get your, what's that witch card in here, and then she blows up your opponent for 3 points after sacrificing folk. Yeah, pretty handy. And Return of Garruk, the Wild Speaker. Add card and a lane card. But it seems to be holding on. It's going to be in standard for quite a bit longer. So you can keep your fairy tale stuff going on. Your Knights of the Round Table. Lots of night cards, lots of things that work with knights. That's kind of always fun. Always like, a couple of decks that had lots of knights in them. Merfolk's Secret Keeper is, a 1-drop for a sorcery that makes your opponent mill or put 4 cards into the library into the graveyard, and then shows up as a 0/4 blocker. I mean, that's pretty handy. Not bad for a 1-drop, right? Glass Casket, typical control, Giant Opportunity, Rampart Smasher, Stormfist Crusader, another knight, and an island, and Human Token. Human Tokens for the Questing Beast, right? So he stops whining. Is it Questing Beast? Some other card. I can't remember. Barded Cow, Moonlit Scavenger's Barge In, Malevolent Noble, Rosethorn Albert, typical Dwarven Mine, Overwhelmed Trail of Crumbs, Righteousness, Fae of Wishes. This is one of the showcase cards. See a food token and a plains, trains. Tome Raider, which is, of course, Tomb Raider. True Love's Kiss, Giant Skewer, Witch's Cottage. And Witch's Cottage comes in unless you control 3 or more swamps. You can put the target creature from your graveyard on top of your library. So that's kind of handy return from the dead. Split up, sorcery gets +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's pretty handy. Eye Collector, Once and Future, right? Once Future King, King Arthur, Red Cap Melee, Kinrith's Transformation, Wishclaw Talisman. Forest and Night Token, Forested Night. So yeah, even though Oko's banned, he's still kind of worth something. Smitten Swordmaster, that's one of the ones, a 1 sorcery. If you got a bunch of knights on the table, you gain X life and X Each opponent loses X life for the number of knights you control. That could be pretty pretty devastating for one-drop sorcery. Meow, my cat's meowing at me. Poor thing. She hates it when I'm talking. Clockwork Servant, Ferocity of the Wilds, Opportunistic Dragon, and a foil Showcase Giant Killer. Not sure where he stands. A food token. Would rather have a Showcase Brazen Bar and foil, would you, if you please? That'd be nice. Shining Armor, that's pretty cool. I mean, there's no cost to equip when it shows up. You just attach it right to your knight. That's damn handy. Especially for guys like this, you know, youthful knight. He's got a, you know, he's a 1/2/1. He might have first strike, but he's dead meat. Wildwood Tracker, Ardenville Tactician, Fireborn Knight, Mad Ratter. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create 2 1/1 black rats. Yee. Archon of Absolution, Fae of Wishes, and a Plains and a Garruk emblem. Fae of Wishes, discard 2 cards, return Fae of Wishes to its owner's hand. Which means, now that's the question. Does she come back with the sorcery, or, you know, what? Mantle of Tides, Raging Ram, Smitten Swordsman, Mystic Sanctuary, Inquisitive Puppet, Improbable Alliance, Oaken Adversary. That's who I was talking about. Not Questing Beast, Lovestruck Beast. He's the one who needs a 1/1 token on in order to get out there and beat on people. And there's your 1/1 token. So yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, I suspect that you know, they'll make a return back to Eldraine. I'm not sure. I mean, there's the number of you know, the number of tales that the Grimm brothers collected while they were doing that sort of thing numbered the 1,000. So I'm sure there's material out there to create more interesting, you know, return to Eldraino. Merfolk Secret Keeper, Fierce Witch Stalker, kind of like making wolf decks, especially if you can get Arlen in there. Hypnotic Sprite, Showcase, Sage of the Falls, Escape to the Wilds, Outflank for a foil, and a Plains and a Giant token. It's the token giant. Thrill of Possibility. Tempting Witch. She's the one with the, you know, the food token ability. Sacrifice food, target player loses 3 life. Sort of like a, you know, artillery strikes on Knight of the Keep. Signpost Scarecrow, bake into a pie, create a food token. See what I'm saying? Foulmire Knight, Witch's Oven, sacrifice creature, then get rid of your cat. The cat comes back. You got your cauldron of evil stuff, and could be bad. Witch's Oven, Thunderous Snapper, Gadwick the Wizened. So when he enters, draw X cards, depending on how much you paid for them. I really have not found a use for him yet. Well, whenever you cast blue spell, tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. Could be handy. But he's, you know, legendary, so you only have 1 and he's 3/3. He's just asking for a beatdown. Ginger Brute, Paladin, Witch's Cottage, Carriage, Covetous Urge, and All That Glitters, and Embercleave for the Mythic. That's yeah, pretty bad. +1/+1, double strike, trample, You know, so it could be a pretty devastating card. And a forest and on an adventure. So yeah, that's it for 10 more of the Throne of Eldraine booster box. We're working our way through that. You know, let me know what you think, especially about upcoming Throne of Eldraine, Return to Throne of Eldraine. You know, I think it's a possibility. It seems kind of popular, and the material does exist to put them back out there. So, anyway, give me a comment, hit like, hit subscribe. Let me know what you think, and hopefully you have a great week and everything like that. And we'll see you soon.